For decades, armies believed that the battlefield obeyed predictable rules. Infantry advanced, artillery barraged, and tanks rolled forward. Movement was life. The Germans, confident in their mechanized might, trusted this truth above all. Control the streets, and you control the city. At Stalingrad in 1942, this rule seemed absolute. The Wehrmacht had stormed through Ukraine with terrifying efficiency, crushing Soviet resistance in open fields. Cities fell, rivers were crossed, defenses shattered. The German High Command believed the Soviet defenders were cowed, that resistance could be eliminated with coordinated firepower and sheer aggression. But in November 1942, on the frozen banks of the Volga, one man would prove that fear could move faster than any tank. One man would shatter the assumption that you could always control the battlefield. His name was Vasily Zaitsev, and in the ruins of Stalingrad, he would freeze an entire front. You meet Vasily Zaitsev at age 27, a slight man with sharp eyes and hands trained from years in the Ural Mountains. He is a hunter by trade, a marksman whose skill with a rifle borders on instinct. His comrades call him the Fox, not for arrogance, but because he moves with patience, waiting for the perfect shot. The 284th Rifle Division is under siege. Stalingrad is a city of rubble, a tomb of broken buildings, fire, and smoke. The Germans approach in battalions, confident, disciplined, and trained to suppress fear. You can see it in their posture, their cadence. But you know what they do not. In the shadows, one rifle can erase certainty. One shot can unravel confidence faster than any tank. Zaitsev is tasked with defending a sector of the city, but this is more than holding ground. The stakes are survival itself. German forces are advancing street by street, pushing toward the Volga, threatening to split Soviet defenses and capture the city. Command understands that a psychological weapon can be as lethal as artillery, and Zaitsev will be that weapon. He studies the ruins like a chessboard. Every toppled wall, every smoldering doorway, every shadow could be a trap or a chance. He is alone in this strategy, armed with a Mosin Nagant rifle, a few rounds, and the patience of a predator. And then he faces the impossible. A front of thousands, advancing in coordinated formations against a sniper whose bullets will arrive unseen, unpredictable, unstoppable. Zaitsev takes position in a ruined factory on November 10th. The wind whips through shattered windows, carrying the scent of smoke, sweat, and frozen earth. He lines up his first shot. 2 German soldiers march down a street 800 yards away. He breathes in, exhales slowly, and squeezes the trigger. The first rifle crack echoes, muffled by rubble. One soldier falls. The other spins, panic in his eyes. A chain reaction begins, not just among the soldiers who witnessed it, but across the German lines. The next day, Zaitsev moves through a trench. He calculates distances in meters, angles, wind drift, the slight sway of his own heartbeat. 1,500 yards, 1,200 yards, 900 yards. He fires. Another officer drops. Another formation hesitates. The Germans call it the Fox of Stalingrad, but they do not know his face. The city becomes a labyrinth. Zaitsev vanishes into shadowed hallways, firing from basements, attics, and ruined factories. Every German patrol that hesitates is a victory. Every shot becomes a psychological explosion. Fear spreads faster than movement. Entire squads halt, peer nervously into rubble, and fall back. Orders are given, counters attempted, but the unseen sniper is everywhere and nowhere. You feel the tension in the air. Snow crunches under boots, metal glints from rifles, smoke curls in gray clouds. A German officer yells, trying to rally men, but even he knows they cannot see the threat. One moment, a lieutenant runs into the open, confident. The next, he drops without a sound, the rifle's recoil only hinting at what happened. The city streets, once a path to conquest, are now a cage. German units freeze, tanks pause, infantry huddles, artillery waits, and commanders curse. 3,000 yards of front, paralyzed. Zaitsev does not fire continuously. He does not need to. The impossibility is in their minds. A patrol breaks formation. A machine gun nest opens fire, but Zaitsev anticipates it. He waits. 400 yards, 300 yards, a single shot from the shadows, and chaos reigns. Mid-roll CTA. If you find this kind of untold history as fascinating as we do, we'd be honored if you'd hit that subscribe button. We believe these stories of courage and cunning deserve to be told. And by subscribing, you help us ensure they aren't forgotten. The Germans attempt counter-sniper tactics. Scouts with scopes and teams sweep rubble, but Zaitsev has vanished. Each failure reinforces the myth of the fox. His rifle is the embodiment of patience and precision. And for the first time, a disciplined army feels the vulnerability of the individual. Days pass. 242 confirmed kills are attributed to Zaitsev in the city, but the psychological toll is immeasurable. Soldiers tremble, officers hesitate, and the forward momentum of the German advance evaporates. What they believed impossible, a lone man dictating the pace of a front, becomes their reality. What they did not know was that the effects were strategic, not just tactical. German units that froze under sniper fire delayed assaults, allowing Soviet reinforcements to arrive. Supplies moved unmolested, artillery could be repositioned. A single sniper, by weapon of fear, created breathing room for a city under siege. Commanders in Berlin were stunned. Reports arrived, advancing units immobilized by unseen marksmen. Hitler demanded answers. New strategies were drafted. German psychology units tried to track, predict, and counter Zaitsev. Every move, every delay, cost men, machines, and morale. Stalingrad would ultimately become a turning point. The paralysis that began with one sniper's patience rippled through the German lines, contributing directly to the eventual encirclement and surrender of the Sixth Army. The fox had frozen an entire front, and in doing so, reshaped the Eastern Front. Vasily Zaitsev survived Stalingrad. He lived to fight through other battles, to train new marksmen, and to tell his story decades later. He returned to the Urals, quiet and measured, never boasting of 242 kills or the fear he instilled. His personal courage became emblematic of the human factor in war. One individual can alter the fate of thousands. If this story moved you, please hit that like button. Every click tells the algorithm this piece of history is worth remembering. We're dedicated to rescuing these forgotten stories from the archives. If you want to join us on this mission, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Where are you watching from? Drop a comment with your city or state and tell us if someone in your family served. Thank you for ensuring that Vasily Zaitsev and the thousands of men of the 284th Rifle Division do not disappear into silence. They deserve to be remembered.